Arpaio! Hail King Arpaio!
Thank you all for this. You're showing just who's boss of this county. I own this county. It's my money and my jail.
To finally get some justice, to finally call the question, and to set a different mood of prayer and fasting so people start to focus on what's fundamentally wrong here in Maricopa County.
So I ask each of you, as Board of Supervisors, what accountability do you have? What have you done? What have you done to stop these things from happening?
Thank you for your comments.
No answer? Not doing anything to save these people's lives.
Let us most fervently hope that reconciliation and forgiveness in Maricopa County does not take 142 years. We are all very, very familiar with our problem. We have a sheriff who is terrified and intimidated half of our community, including members of this audience and of this board. The whole world is watching, and you can begin the healing with the modest suggestions of Citizens for a Better Arizona.
Medical documents were altered and destroyed at MCSO under Sheriff Arpaio's leadership. Todd Wilcox, MD, told the jury that a lack of proper medical screening, a lack of proper training of jail staff, and a culture of indifference and secrecy were factors in Ms. Brailard's death. The judge ruled that 4 key pieces of evidence had been deleted, altered, or destroyed. We do agree the family is entitled to the settlement, but the MCSO is broken, Sheriff Arpaio is incompetent. Our citizen requests to put our concerns on the board agendas have fallen on deaf ears, and we ask that the Board of Supervisors will put the taxpayers and victims ahead of covering up Sheriff Arpaio's poor record of management.
In the case of Ms. Braillard, Sheriff's deputies showed a blatant unwillingness to respond. And unfortunately, in Maricopa County, from its jailers to its leaders, there has been a pervasive unwillingness to respond. And beyond response, this board has shown an unwillingness to acknowledge or even discuss the issues that are so important to us as taxpayers of this county. Issues of deaths in our jails, uninvestigated sex crimes, and the reckless misspending of our money. We expect our leaders to lead, and we hold you accountable. Your silence and unwillingness to respond is unforgivable. It has left us dismayed, disappointed, and disgusted.
When you ignore people, when you ignore adults, when you people who have gone to school, who are educated, who care about their community, who are both Republican and Democrat, independents, who care about what's taking place, who are calling you to, how do we touch your heart? How do we break through the silence up there? Then we talk about the sex crimes and the people, the children. How do you sit there silently when you know children's calls for help when they were raped and molested went without response by an agency you fund? Let's talk about, let's put this on the agenda. Because it ain't your agenda, it's our agenda.
Yeah.
It ain't your county, it's our county. I apologize for to those victims that happened. Because that happened under my watch too as a taxpayer. I apologize. I'm ashamed of what's happened here. I could have done more. I take my responsibility. But surely you as elected officials can stand up. So because of that, we're calling for a day of prayer and fasting. So people all over the state and all this country can focus on what's taking place here. To make sure that, like Bob, this type of injustice doesn't happen anywhere else in the United States of America.
In the spirit of this day of prayer and fasting, let us pray. Lord, hear prayer. The Board of Supervisors will have the courage to stand.
We pray the Lord.
Pray the Lord, hear our prayers. Corruption and mismanagement. We pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayers.
We pray for the women and children whose calls for help when sexually violated went unanswered by Sheriff Arpaio. We praise the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayers.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Glory, glory,
hallelujah. The truth is marching on. Sheriff Arpaio and his record of abuse, corruption, and mismanagement. We pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayers.
We pray for the women and children whose calls for help when sexually violated went unanswered by Sheriff Arpaio. We pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayers.
We pray that the Board of Supervisors will put the concern of citizens before covering up Sheriff Arpaio's poor record management. We pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayers.
We want them to focus their minds, their energy on resolving this issue. We came here to do business, and he walked out. We're coming over here now to do business again. All we've got to do is call. We're waiting for Chairman Wilson to open up the door and say, let's sit down and talk. He hasn't done it. So we're hoping that hopefully by praying, fasting, drawing people's attention, that they will hopefully soften their approach, right? Hopefully embrace a solution. Because we came with a very practical solution, right? The most simple of which, and I kid you not, the most simple of which is, I'm sorry. We came back today again to express our concerns, saying, let's put these things on the agenda. Unfortunately, they adjourned the meeting because they don't want to do business. They're running from it. This is the same board as most of them are endorsed by Sheriff Arpaio, and that's part of the problem.
We've been to their offices several times. We've made calls, tried to make appointments with them. Every time we're ignored, sent to another building, it's always sort of a chicken chase, running around trying to find out where we can meet with them. We've requested their calendars. They told us that it was a very simple request, that they would give us their calendars. We come back and they tell us, oh, it's not that simple. I'm sorry, we cannot give you their calendars. So they're saying that they are watchdogs for the taxpayers and that they are interested in accountability, but the taxpayers need to know that they are doing just the opposite of that, and they need to be held accountable.